Hey,
What up, what up?
it's your favorite couple, the
The
Coopers. I'm Kelly,
Kales. And I'm Damon.
boyfriend.
And welcome to Intentional Connections, the podcast, the show where we talk about how to stay together on purpose.
Dive in with us every Thursday as we talk about parenting, communication, money, sex, fun, and lots more. Hey. You never like it when I do it, but I be in it.
I'm not going to say I didn't like it. Do you?
He always give me this side eye. Hey, y'all.
What's happening?
What's good? Welcome to another episode of Intentional Connections between you and me. Ah! Listen, I literally was like, he should start coming in with me. And you did. I think because we've been together.
The fact that you're so excited about it now. Like, oh my God, he did.
Like, I'm so giddy.
It happened,
So
guys.
excited.
Hey, listen. Y'all can see we in a good mood today. I hope y'all are. What's happening?
Yes, we are in a good mood. I don't even know how I got here right now in this good mood because I swear I was sleepy.
Man, the week has been weeking. Adulting, lifing, all of the things.
Yes, we don't really have a lot to talk about this week.
It's nothing been going on, guys. It's been a
Nothing
regular
exciting.
Monday through Friday. We back with y'all again.
Yeah, we were at a dance competition all weekend, but my daughter wasn't dancing, or our daughter wasn't dancing, excuse me. So we was there. However, but we did get to see a lot of the dance teams and her friends, and they did well for this to be their first dance competition / convention under the new studio. So super proud of the girls for pushing through. It was a long weekend. I was proud of Riley, she was very supportive of her friends, and she was cheering them on, even though like deep down inside for her, she really, really wanted to dance. So it's always good to see, your kids kind of push through adversity and uncomfortable situations and can come out on the other side.
Yo, dance for all the fellas out there, the gentlemen, the dads, the fathers. If you don't know, stay away from it. Stay away from it, guys.
What?
It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
What?
So let's just recap what was said, right? The girl child is in a dance studio, in a dance company in which they had their first competition this weekend, right? But our daughter is not dancing. She's not in
injured.
any dance. She's injured, right? So
That's the only reason
kudos to her for going to support. Okay, that's your team. Go support them. Somebody answer, why did I have to be there?
You didn't have to be there.
I'm just waiting.
He did.
I'm waiting for an answer. Tell me why I had to be there.
Okay, so let's be honest. You actually chose to be there because the boys, him and Junior, the boy child, they really don't like being without me and the girl child.
And that's fair. And you know what? It was at the Embassy Suites. And you know what's at the Embassy Suites? Manager evening reception for free. So 5:30 to 7. If you didn't know now, you know. You get free happy hour and broccolis and ranches and goldfish and chips and salsa. Let me get all of that. I'm gonna just sit in this lobby and I'm enjoy this fake staycation for the evening with the boy child while he looking at us like, oh,
And then
please, let's go.
as soon as it's over at 7:31, you be out.
Yes, it's ready to go. I have no more input to be here. No, that's not true. Look, shout out to the dance company. Y'all know who y'all are. I was there supporting y'all. I love y'all. I'm glad y'all did y'all thing. I do like to support the team. It would be the same if it was the boy child in sports and he wasn't able to participate. We would be out there supporting that team.
Yes, it was good. The boy child definitely was like, I'm ready to go type of situation. At one point, he was asleep inside the space where the competition was actually being held. And we're like, how is he asleep as loud as it is?
Because there's a lot going on.
And there's so much going on. There's so
There's
much
a lot
screaming
going
and
on.
yelling from the different teams and the parents, coaches and grandparents, all the spectators. And I mean, he was knocked out.
You know what else was going on this week?
What?
Instead of people, outside of your kids, what you talking about?
I thought you was about to talk about what was going on. Like that Jason Tatum played on Friday.
That's definitely not where I was going. This is unscripted, people. I just want y'all to know it's unscripted because I don't know what she talking about. Listen, what I was going to say was what happened this week is, outside of the kids, your boy has an active sport life. I don't know what you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, softball started back up, right? But then again, it didn't. Okay. So we were supposed to have our first softball game this Wednesday. If you didn't know, I've been playing softball for, I was about to say 30 years, but the math doesn't math on that.
Since
We're going
06.
to say 20, that would be 20. So there you go. 20 years, guys, softball. People like, oh, okay. Yeah, don't judge me. I mean, I'm not a ball player. I'm not out there in the run and shoot or nothing like that. But I do play softball, right? Here's the thing. Been playing every season out here in Texas, and it's been cool. And when they send the message to say we starting back up this week, it was supposed to be on Wednesdays. Well, I was ready, but Monday and Tuesday, my body kept knocking at me like somebody knocked on the window. It was knocking at me like, hey, you sure you're going to be able to do this on Wednesday? Because do you feel this? Do you feel that? Do you feel this? Okay. I just want you to make sure you feel that. So I was like, wow, I'm a little nervous. God, he's always on time, because anybody that's in Texas knows it definitely rained out all week. So I didn't have to play, guys. So I was a little on one coin. Side of the coin, I was like, yay. On the other side of the coin, I was like, oh, we didn't get to play. Fast forward to today, the boy's body is still, it's like, I don't know what you thought you was going to be able to do, but it's going to be a struggle for you. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it. So we're going to try again in the upcoming weeks and see what your boy do. We'll see. Stay tuned for the updates.
Your body felt like that because today when we all know that we sprung forward. And every year it comes across my mind that I'm supposed to take off the Monday after the time changes because we lost an hour. And that's major when you are
we need that hour.
Super busy. So we went to church and then we came home and we were like, okay, we're going to lay down for like an hour. And then as soon as
Man. Hey, listen. Shouts to the dads who got little boy athletes.
As soon as he went in the room to go get it together, what was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing in the kitchen or something. Junior said, Coop, can you go outside and play basketball with me?
God dang it. And listen, I'm going to tell you what popped in my mind. First of all, okay, immediately, I was already laying down. Immediately, I was like, oh, no. No, cannot do that. Not doing that. Sorry. And then, of course, he looked there with a little puppy dog eyes and he walked away. But before he walked away, then I'm like, okay. I remembered I have come across a lot of sayings from people. I don't know if it was women, men, fathers, mothers, but I distinctively recall in my head somebody making this statement that says, don't say no when they ask you to be a part of their like playing or practicing or whatever. Specifically, I think it was around like practicing a sport. They come to you and say they want to do something, and it's advancing their athleticism. You can't say no. So I was like, God dang it. So I immediately had them turn around. I was like, well, I'll go out there with you for 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes? Because I'm going to come back in and take this nap I need to take. Yeah. So we went out there. It's feeling nice outside. It's nice weather. The driveway cleared out. Ain't nobody outside. Ain't having a good time. Boy, 10 minutes came and went. All I know is I'm huffing and puffing real hard. I'm sweating. I done came up out my shirt. I was like, well, I ain't got no shorts on. I got jeans on. It's foolishness. And he like, come on, let's do this challenge. We're going to shoot from here and then shoot from there. I was like, no problem. I can shoot the ball, but then I had to go and get the rebound myself, right? That ain't work. That ain't work. I tried to run. As soon as I took off, I was like, oh, nope, that's not going to do it. I immediately turned to baby. And she shouts out to my wife. She came out and said, well, I'll sit out there with you. I was like, bet. I immediately turned to her and was like, I don't know how I'm going to play softball on Wednesday because my body is still telling me something's wrong. I don't know that you're an athlete anymore, sir. ... Yes, wow.
It'll come back to you, baby. You got this. So typically what happens at this point of the conversation is Cooper leads us into toasty time. Toasty time.
Nope. Stop. Nope. No. Listen, to all the viewers and the listeners out there, I apologize. As my wife is trying to introduce a song for Toasty Time, and that's not what we do. That's not a part of this thing here. So let's rewind.
I'm sorry, y'all. The time change got me on
something's going on. We ain't even started Toasty Time yet, people. Listen. So yes, after that, nice little competitive workout, as my son kept saying when we came in, well, you got your workout for the day. I said, man, if you don't get away from me, I'm about to lay down. He said it like 3 times. Good workout, wasn't it, man? Go on. I ain't even do nothing. I was supposed to be hurting like this. But normally, after something like that, we would come in, or I would come in, and it's Sunday evening. It's still kind of early. It's only like 2:00 or something, right? I probably could go into a little Toasty Time, but I didn't, y'all. Are y'all so proud of me? I just laid down. I took a little nap. Mm-hmm. I got up and relaxed and did some things around the house and ran some errands. But guess what? Then is not now, and now is not then. And guess what, guys? We are at Toasty Time. Here we go. So check it out. On tap for today, we're doing something unprecedented. So normally on Toasty Time on tap, we normally give you something new that we're trying to lubricate our vocals with, right? We always try to test something different each week. But guess what? If you tuned in last week in our last episode, you know that we had a time with this thing called Bumbu.
Bumbu.
Even so much that we let Google be a part of our episode and announce it for us, and they said it was called Bumbu. We're going back to it, y'all, because that's how good it was.
Yes.
We're going back to the Bumbu on Toasty Time again, and I encourage you. This is an unprecedented event where we're doing this twice in a row on Toasty Time for Intentional Connections, the podcast. That's how good it is. Go to your store and look it up. It's called Bumbu. Bumbu. It's a Caribbean rum for those that didn't tune in last week. And it is very tasty. So hopefully you got something to pour up with. And as we do each week, say it with me. We're going cheers to me. Cheers to you. Cheers to Intentional Connections.
It's so good and smooth and don't really burn.
So tasty. So tasty.
And I usually don't like a sweet liquor. This is not sweet like a fruity sweet.
I think what you skipping over.
But it's not hard like a liquor.
I think what you skipping over is that we don't even really do rums like that.
True.
This is a rum, right?
That's
and now,
true.
Granted, it's a Caribbean rum, and we've been to the Caribbean and had some rums there. I don't recall them being like this.
I don't either.
This is actually like tasty, y'all.
It is. It's
now,
really good.
hold on. Don't get it twisted. People be like, oh, that's light work. Y'all saying it's tasty. It probably ain't got nothing in it. You can still taste that it has some alcohol content in it where, it might do you right, but it tastes so good.
What's the percentage on it?
I don't know. What I've done with it since I've had it, I put it with cream soda, y'all. Listen to me. You put this with some cream soda, you're going to drink that whole glass in 10.5 seconds, and you're going to be ready to rock and roll.
It don't tell you the proof?
I didn't look at it. While she looking up that proof and going to get back to us, y'all, I want to make sure I tell you what the deal is today, but let us not forget before we get into all that, our disclaimer here at Intentional Connections is that we are just regular people. My name is Damon. Her name is Kelly. We are the Coopers. We don't proclaim to be experts by any form of fashion. We're just here to share our experiences and what makes us us, and hopefully a few tidbits in an effort to help whoever may need some help. Or if you don't, just take it with you and maybe share it with somebody else. And it's so crazy that we give you that disclaimer each week, right? Because this week, we really are sharing not something that you need help with. We're just sharing the little tidbits that maybe, it'll advance you or it'll add to. Let's say it that way.
It's right there on the gold X, and I can't see it because, these eyes.
Yikes. No, that's going to be a no for me as well.
You can't see.
I'm trying real hard. We're going to go with 35. That don't sound like a lot, but it looked like it's a 5 in there somewhere, but can't neither one of us see it.
35?
Somebody go to the store and get it and let us know what it say.
I could drink the whole bottle.
Yikes.
Moving on.
So listen up, people. Here we are. Little tidbits, as I said, that we want to share with you all today is in regards to, we're going to call it preventative care.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what I'm calling it, preventative care. What I mean by that is we're talking about maintenance. That's another word for maintenance, right? Maintenance for your relationship. In other words, you know that if you have a vehicle, you have to take it in for a preventative car maintenance where you got to work on that car. You got to get its regular oil changes and tune ups and maybe a little monthly car washes too. You want it to look good, right? In your marriage or your committed relationship, what are you guys doing to ensure the relationship is running smoothly and won't break down on you? What type of preventative maintenance are you utilizing?
That's a good question, because what comes to mind to me is like, why do people think maintenance requires couples to only go to like retreats, counseling, and conferences when their relationship is in trouble or in turmoil?
Mm-hmm.
What if marriage maintenance was just as normal as maintaining the car, as you mentioned earlier, or your health? Because we have to go to annual checkups on those, right?
Fair.
So marriage maintenance is so important. It's one of the most important concepts, I believe, as far as staying together on purpose. If you staying together on purpose, you maintaining that thing, right? It's fuel, or it's one of the fuels that keeps the relationship thriving. And I always want to go and say marriage because that's because we're married.
Right.
So I try to catch myself because I feel like even people who are on the road to becoming married,
Sure,
it applies to them as well.
Sure. We're talking about relationships. It's just any relationships in general. We actually went in a recent church service that we heard, while the focus may have been on marriage relationships, they make sure to talk about family relationships, friendship relationships, right? So we're talking about any relationship, guys, this can apply to. And I feel like if you follow us, you know that hopefully you're looking at our socials and you've seen some videos and reels over the last couple of weeks where we constantly talk about little things that you can do on a daily basis, i.e. our dips.
Yep. Yeah.
Today's dip of the day, they're real. But there are also aspects and experts and external resources out here in this life that we need to touch base with in order to ensure our relationship is still heading forward, i.e. these maintenance servicers, right? So somebody might say, well, what do you mean, Mr. Cooper? I don't know what you mean by maintenance servicer for a relationship. I understand what you're saying about a car, but what are you talking about? Well, did you know that there are conferences and summits and retreats and counselors that are specifically catered around providing advice, services, not to fix anything per se in your relationship. It's not that it's anything bad, but they're actually catered to just giving you some things to check up and discuss with you that'll make your relationship better and advance it or to keep it moving forward. Doesn't mean that you're coming from behind with something. It's just, hey, here's a little tidbit. I like to use that word that'll help you with advancing your relationship or making sure, as I said earlier, that is running smooth.
Yes, you are so right. And we love a good conference or summit, whatever you want to call it. I don't like calling it retreat because I believe that word has been attached to a negative connotation. Like, oh, we're in a bad space. So I don't really like saying retreat. So we could go with conference or summit. But what I want couples to take away from our conversation today is, I want you to commit to going to a marriage conference 1 to 2 times a year, and understanding that it will be extremely beneficial to your relationship, and it really will make you soar past your own expectations. For us, when we decided to go to conferences, it was mind-blowing the things they were able to pull out of us. And we didn't have an issue in the world that was major. I think maybe the first one we went to, the biggest thing was getting to know how to manage being a family, a blended family. And they have those at conferences. And these conferences are everywhere. Church, outside of church. We've gone to faith-based, and we've also gone to
secular. Is that what it's called?
That's what they call it when it's not the church. Secular based. But we've experienced them all. And one of the big things is instead of waiting until there is some resentment or communication breakdowns or emotional distance between us.
Because it's going to happen.
Right, because that's natural.
Don't act like it's not.
We just chose to intentionally push to be a healthy couple. And to us, a healthy couple looks like a couple that doesn't just repair a problem. in a relationship. They maintain the relationship before the problems grow. And what I find is when you do that, when things happen, when life starts lifing, you have somebody that's with you
Yeah, that's
that
for
can
sure.
push through it, and it makes everything seem so much lighter.
Yeah.
So by using these resources that he mentioned, boyfriend mentioned, I think is super important to be connected in that way.
No, that's true. That's real. I hope everybody's really taking this to heart because it's kind of a serious thing and it's kind of a sensitive subject for some people out here because maybe you are 100% against. I don't need to go talk to nobody. We don't need to go talk. There's the kicker right there. You don't need to go talk to nobody. You don't believe in counseling. You don't believe that an external party can help you, right? And maybe your partner doesn't either. But what about y'all together? Together, the relationship is one entity. Together, y'all might need to go talk to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe in talking to a therapist or a counselor or getting advice from somebody or whether he does or doesn't. But what about y'all together? Because guess what? Every relationship needs it. Every relationship needs to talk to somebody or either get some, I know I keep going back to that word, but it's really, that's what it's about. Get some tidbits from somebody else. For instance, you might be a couple that's been together for 15 years. Maybe y'all are high school sweethearts. Maybe you've been married for 10 of those 15 years, right? And you believe we got our ups and downs, but we handle it. We do whatever we need to do within ourselves. But y'all don't think y'all can get nothing from the older couple that's been together for 50 years? You don't think they can tell y'all anything that'll make your relationship just a little bit better?
That's good.
Just a little bit better. Like you might be good, but first of all, you've argued. You've had an issue. You've had a problem. Don't act like you haven't in your 10, 15 years married. And whether you got over it in 5 seconds or 3 days, what if you could have got something from a couple, a marriage conference, a retreat? You could have saw something written down by somebody who wrote a book about relationships that would have caused that problem or issue or argue not even to happen in the first place. Argument.
Oh.
Yikes. Bumbu. Listen, so what I'm saying is don't act like you got it all together and you know everything about relationships because you don't. You probably handle things good enough that you think. But why would you want to handle anything if you don't have to? Now, we're not all perfect. We can go to a marriage conference or a relationship conference and get all the tidbits again to help us prevent arguments. And then literally a day later have a small argument, right? Because we're not perfect. However, maybe that conference and summit and retreat on Sunday allowed for your week to have just 2 arguments instead of the 10 that might have come your way.
Yeah.
You don't know, right? So why not just get that preventative help? Because again, like a car, right? You don't want to wait until something goes bad to take it to the dealership. So why is it any different with your relationship? Don't wait until, okay, last week we got through 5 arguments the way we normally do. I shut them out for a day. We came back and we kissed and we rock and rolling because we've been in this thing for 10 years. But what if it's been a month of the same week of them 5 arguments that, yeah, you got through them. But now at the end of the month, one of y'all is like, hey, I ain't feeling this. It's been too much. Yeah, we got through them, but good gracious, why we got to argue every week? That's stupid. So now your car has broken down. Now you really got to sit down, whether it's with each other or you got to go sit down with an external party or something to be like, help us, please. This thing is running bad.
It's so true. It's so true because when we don't maintain the marriage, it opens up doors for so many other issues or concerns to creep into your relationship. For example, all of a sudden now we only have surface levels conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not going deep and talking about anything because we change all the time, especially for people who's been together for a very, very long time. There can be a lack of affection. There can be feelings that you're in a routine, like just going through, especially when you have children and you're busy and you're doing the same thing every day. definitely that's where that routine thought process come from, or roommate.
This is the car breaking down, guys.
It is breaking.
This is the car is breaking down. Y'all don't understand that we ignore those lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
The warning light that says your car is about to break down, right? Your tire's flat. Get it fixed. Oh, I'm going to fix it. No, you're not. And so now guess what? That dude then came home and he don't want to lay in the bed with you. Nope.
It's so crazy that you use the analogy of the warning light of the car, because what I was thinking was the crazy thing about this is that it don't just happen overnight. This is things that slowly happen over time that creep in. There's also a possibility of denial of intimacy. So many different examples that we can give that can creep in and cause a drift between the two parties, right? And so couples slowly disconnect without even noticing. And that is why this topic is so important about marriage maintenance. And I know we only mentioned conferences so far, but later we'll talk about other ways that you can maintain the relationship. Because again, like I said, when the tough times happen, but you got your rider with you, you got your person, your best friend, it makes it so much easier.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. And these resources, guys, we're talking from personal experience, obvious, right? We've had the pleasure. It's always been a pleasure. We've never come away saying that wasn't worth it, right? We've had the pleasure of attending a few conferences and retreats, and we came away so refreshed or reaffirmed or stronger. So reaffirmed is a interesting one, right? Because like you said, you might have a good 10-year relationship. You've been doing things y'all way. Y'all been getting through it. Hence why y'all at 10 years, right? You rolling. Your car is rolling, right? So then go there and get some reaffirmation that you doing good. Mm-hmm. Get those tidbits where you can sit in the audience and be like, yeah, we do that. That's what's up. And maybe it's a couple sitting beside you that's not doing that. And they might look over at y'all and looking for some advice and say, yeah, I agree with that statement that the speaker just said, because we do that and it's helped us for 10 years, right? It's a community thing. Yes. It's a fact that the content that we receive from these resources are not just about the organizers of the event talking to us or us going to talk to a counselor, but even the other couples that was there fed into us, and it was priceless, right? You could come away with more relationships, friend relationships that you didn't know you needed or that they didn't know they needed you for.
Yes.
Right?
We met a couple at a retreat one time and they came to our wedding. We spent time with them outside. We actually might need to get together because it's been a while.
Nah, that's for sure. But y'all know who y'all are. We gonna holler at y'all.
But we met them at a conference and we all walked away like, okay. And they were already married. We weren't married when we met them.
Yeah.
So that plays a part in what you were saying.
It's a lot of benefits that y'all can get from there. It's not about, I don't need to go talk to nobody from help. That's not what we're saying. It's so many benefits. Think about it from this way. Some people might say, I don't want to talk, or I don't want to involve myself with others when it comes to my relationship, because I could just talk to my friend in my circle group, right? I got a close friend. I'm going to just holler at them, right? Okay, so y'all know that if you have another couple or somebody in your friend circle, the amount of value that you get from them, or that you should get from them, just from talking to them, right? And hopefully y'all are actually talking to your people in your friend group and you're sharing things about your relationship and not just gatekeeping. Now, I don't mean that you sharing all your business with your friend about your whole relationship, because they say you got to keep people out of it, right? I believe that to a level. But hopefully y'all are sharing, hey, this is what we're doing in a relationship that's good. Why don't you try it over there with y'all, right? So imagine that value that you get from just talking to your close friend who's in a healthy relationship times 100 people, or another 100 couples that's at this event and they're in positive, healthy relationships, and they're just trying to converse with others and get some tidbits again to help their relationship, right? And all of these people, these couples that's either they're attending or the organizers that are leading it, all they're trying to do is provide some services to change that oil that's in your marriage, right? that thing that's running your marriage, it needs to be changed and checked up every month, once in a while, to make sure your car is still running smoothly.
I mean, again, you're so right. And I absolutely love the conferences that we've been to for the same reasons that you mentioned before. They really do require you to dig deep, because when you're not having like a major issue, right? We're human. We're two people that are coming together. So there are small things that, we have to work out, like those small kinks. And we decide that we don't make them big issues. But when we're in a good space, we loving on each other, we're happy, and we go to a conference because we're like, oh, we're at that 6-month checkup, or we're at that 1-year checkup, and we go to these conferences, it requires us to dig deep and really think, like, what's something that we probably could talk about in this space? It's a safe space. It's calm. No one's upset. And usually when you talk about things, when you're not upset about them, you really can hear each other. And that is one of the most important things about these moments and these moments that you
That's
have
for sure.
at these places. And so they really do require you to dig deep. And then you think about situations that you may have swept under the rug that might need a little TLC. And the reality is, when this is done regularly, concerns feel so much smaller. Conferences are just one way to ensure you're maintaining your marriage. But as boyfriend mentioned, there's therapy. There's friends. When you have a community of friends and you're all married and you talk to each other about certain things, you learn that everybody kind of go through some of the same things. A pastor said once before, and I've mentioned it on the pod before, that each couple should have a couple that they mentor to and that mentors to them.
That's
so
good.
That's one of the ways as well. But then you have weekly date nights and our dips, daily intentional points. We talk about them on our social media Monday through Friday. Those are other ways to work on maintaining your marriage.
No, indeed. Y'all definitely need to start dipping in, patent pending. You know what I mean? Dip in with your partner on a weekly basis, y'all. Even if you don't do all of them like every day, at least try once a week, right? Try one of our dips. Brought to you by Intentional Connections. If you don't know, look it up, guys. We have Mindful Mondays, and that's just where you share what's on your mind. Share what's on your mind. Real quick with your partner. Hey, what'd you think about? Tell me what you think about. Right? We got Touch Point Tuesdays, which is literally just a quick, I'm checking in. Everything good? Everything good today? This is ideally, these would be before the day starts, right? On Wednesdays, we do Wednesday, which is share a win that happened in y'all relationship, because it's always good to hear that something's going on, that something went right? We did something right, and both of y'all need to share, right? Hey, I feel like we won when we did this together this week, right? And the other person says, I feel like we won when this. You'll be surprised at how naturally you start smiling after that, and then you have a better relationship, at least for that day, right? Thursday, we talking about 3-word Thursday, right? As you can tell, these are all quick, right? 3-word Thursday literally means it's the same type of check-in on a Tuesday, but I want you to summarize it up in 3 words. 3 quick words. You ain't got to explain nothing. Don't tell me nothing else. Just tell me what 3 words you feeling or thinking about when it comes to our relationship right now, our marriage, right? And then on Fridays, we're going to look towards the future, right? It's the end of the week. Tell me what you looking forward to, whether it be tomorrow, the next week, or in a month. It don't matter. That's up to you. Make it what you want. But check in with each other, or i.e., dip in with each other. Daily intentional points, guys. Listen, you will be surprised at how doing these little quick dip ins will open up your eyes to maybe something you didn't know. But the kicker is with these guys, is real quick. You have to be honest with each other. Don't just make up anything. Don't just try to say anything to get through it. Be honest, because let's be honest. Before they checked in with you, I promise you, you probably had answers to all of these type of dip ins in your mind, and you holding on to it, right? 3-word Thursday. It could be Thursday morning. You woke up and you literally looked over and was like, yo, I'm mad. I'm tired. And I don't feel like dealing with this one today. And they never talk to you about it. So you go on all day thinking, I'm irritated. And my partner doesn't know. Well, if you implemented a dip in, maybe y'all could have talked about it. And then guess what? As soon as y'all talked about it, you might have not been irritated anymore for that day because you got it out to your partner, or your partner might have responded by saying, well, why are you irritated, babe? Let me help you with that. Let's start this day differently.
That's good because they also, you mentioned that it could be done in the morning or it should be, but it also could be done wrapping up your evening, to see how did the day go, because maybe how I was feeling on Monday, by Tuesday morning, I was good. But then Tuesday evening, I don't know. So I think, a couple has to, figure out where they really want to fit in, dipping in with each other. But to your point, it is extremely important. And I'm so glad that you brought that up. And so like boyfriend was saying, it's on our social media. If you get lost on what to do, right? If you like, okay, he said this, let me go. We have some examples over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to continue this because we think that it's very beneficial just based off of the feedback we receive from people and then just what it's actually doing with us. I don't know, babe, if you've noticed over the last several weeks, like we haven't been irritated as much because we started really getting back to dipping in with each other after we had such a hard year last year.
Yeah.
So I see that it is, we know that it's beneficial, but like we're actually living proof of it right now, how beneficial it could be. We have to build a community and help each other because if not, like we're all so busy. So our goal is, this is what we can put out to the world so we can say, hey, this is what worked for us. Hopefully it'll work for you. So if dipping in on a daily basis is too much for you, especially if it's not something you've done on a regular basis and you're trying to implement being intentionally connected, staying together on purpose, what about starting with a weekly commitment or monthly or yearly commitment to just start off this process of reframing how you view your relationship and how you manage your relationship. Weekly date nights or 1 to 2 dips a week can work. Monthly, you could choose like a local fun activity to do each month. Pick a day to discuss your goals as a couple or as a family. And then yearly, you can easily rewind the tape to 2 weeks ago when we were just talking about activating Vacation Bay.
Mm-hmm.
But there are plenty of ways to maintain your marriage, and it doesn't have to be expensive, but it does have to be intentional.
No, that's for sure.
Drop.
You got me thinking about Vacation Babe now, though. It's time to go. This ain't even related at all, but I immediately want to go somewhere right now. Sorry, I just wanted to share with y'all.
Well.
But let me say this, though. I need to ruffle some feathers. I feel like in the last couple of episodes, we've been being real with y'all. And as I've said, it may ruffle some feathers. Now, that's not my intent. I don't want to get y'all mad at me. Don't come for me, right? But I got to be real. Check this out. I do believe that there's a few couples that's listening to them and they might be checked out already saying, nah, we good. We not going to do none of that. We don't need to do that. Why not? You think you too good for it? Do you feel like you don't feel like being open and honest? You don't want to be raw and real with people, or you think you don't have no problems? Like, which one is it? What has you thinking, nah, I don't want to do that? What's your reasoning? Because come on now, even the best couple out here deals with something, right? Can we all just agree with that? Anybody that's in a real committed partnership, whether it's a friend relationship, family relationship, marriage, even the old people marriage that's been married for 60 years, you better believe they deal with something even to today, right? The difference with them is they just might not care no more, right? Yes, you mad at me, and guess what? I could care less. Well, they got a right. They've earned that right at 60 years of marriage later to be like, I just don't care. And you can just go over there because you're probably going to forget in the next 10 seconds. However, if you're not there yet and you real and being honest, you know that you need to try to utilize all the resources possible to make sure that something doesn't happen. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? If you don't think you're going to get anything from it, just think again. You may not need or use all the aspects that's provided in a conference, right? But maybe that one speaker later in the second day of the conference, you've heard all the first day and you like, we already do all of that. But it could be one speaker that come up in the second day that says one statement that you never heard before that actually erases the biggest irritation or problem that you have with your spouse, because you ain't think about it on your own, or you've never heard it be said that way, right? It should be no excuse to dismiss a maintenance service or resource. It can only make you go up, right? Every time you take your car in for preventative maintenance. Now, granted, unless you're dealing with a dealership that's like, oh, you wanted an oil change, but your brakes is bad too, and we need to fix them. Yeah, they might be lying to you. We don't want to talk to that speaker, right? If you go in for an oil change, nothing negative can come out of it. So why not do it? Now, if you're thinking about money, don't, because guess what's cheap? Our dip ins. They don't cost anything. Did you just hear us explain those to you? That's one resource right there. So, don't hit me with any excuse about money, time, anything like that, because our dip ins are free and they take all of 2 minutes to do, whether it's morning or night. And it's not therapy. It's not, oh, we got to, sit down and talk about our relationship and why it's bad. No, it's simply tuning up the car.
That's so good. And the most important thing is that it really does take two to maintain the relationship. In our relationship, we both plan dates and trips. We've been together for 8 years or so now, almost married for 4 at the end of this month. That has definitely evolved over the years.
What happened?
It used to be just Cooper. And I was just definitely like, we don't have the money. We too busy to do this. We too busy to do that. But I quickly learned the importance behind maintenance. An easy way for couples to intentionally connect or maintain their marriage is to create your signature event or ritual. Sometimes people hear ritual and they think as a negative thing, but or tradition. Maybe I say, I don't know, tradition is something. Like go and get weekend coffee together. For all the coffee lovers, and I'm sorry, babe. I know you love coffee, but I don't.
Yeah.
So that's not one for us.
Get into it.
But I do know that a lot of people like coffee, so that's why I wanted to bring that up. You can also do a Friday date night. I know a couple that does that. I know another couple that do bedtime conversations.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Ooh la la la.
Bedtime conversations.
But it's like after their day is over and they lay down before they go to sleep, they unwind. They talk about what happened today, what went right, what went wrong, what do we need to change? Is there something that came up that we need to discuss? Just to make sure they're on the same page. You can also do a signature event, whatever is just for you. Like your signature event or ritual protects the connection in the relationship. So basically what we're saying is when you intentionally or purposefully say, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z with my partner, you're protecting your connection. You're protecting the fact that you all are staying into each other. I'm so into
you. Always sing.
I really
you always sing.
What you done to me, I can't really explain it.
Hey, yo. So, those are our tidbits, guys. I said it about 8 times. Right?
You did this week.
I did. Hopefully you take that away from this episode. Well, we're going to get into one of my favorite segments as usual, right? Now I want to know what you think. So here we go. What you think? Think back to a time when you and your spouse had a disagreement, right? Anything, disconnection. Do you think it takes or it took more effort to resolve it? Now, I'm assuming it was resolved by now. By yourselves? Or could it have been that much easier with the help of a maintenance man? Car dealership, right? I.e. couples resource, whether it was we remembered something from a couples retreat that we went to and it helped us resolve that disagreement quicker than us fighting back and forth with each other, right? I'm not saying a therapist. I'm not saying, would it been helpful if you called up your therapist and said, we need to sit down on the couch? No, I'm talking about a couples resource, right? It could have been a book or a statement or a practice or just talking to your friend and they told you, yo, chill out and do this instead of just fussing through it or talking through it and bumping heads. What you think?
So your what you think was think back to that time and think about the effort that it took.
Correct.
Oh.
Would it have been easier to deal with if you had something from a couple's resource, a dip in, a retreat, a book, a summit, anything, your close friend? Or do you think it was fine just handling it with you, yourself, and your partner? Y'all don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. That's why you got an argument.
I like it. Which brings us to the double dog dare. It's really simple this week. I'm going to ask you, we've said it several times now. We're going to ask you to dip in. That's it. Dip in with us at least one time this week. I'm not even asking you to go to full 5 days, the Monday through Friday. Just dip in. And if you're up to it, send us a video of you actually dipping in with your partner.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind sharing it, asking the question, you all answering the question, send it to us. Give us permission to share it, because literally every week we are having someone new say how beneficial the dips are for them. So what we're asking is that this reaches someone else, and we're asking you to dip in with us. So a reminder, Mindful Monday, Touch Point Tuesday, Wednesday, 3-Word Thursday, or Future Friday. And if you need a reminder of what they mean, what they entail, roll the tape back or dip on over to our social media pages.
That's what's up. That's what we got for y'all, man. Hopefully y'all took something from that. Just remember, here's the bottom line to it all, y'all. Don't wait until your relationship is in trouble to start repairing it. Preventative maintenance. It's a real thing, guys.
It really is important to just work on your marriage. Everything that we do, we work on our relationships with our parents and our family. We always talking about, we need to talk about this, and this is how things was done in our family. And we try to work on those, and we fight to work on those. We fight to work on our friendships, those that really, really mean a lot to us. But then sometimes we get in a relationship, and the expectation is for somebody to be perfect on both parts, and we're not perfect people. So we do have to work on making sure we mesh and we build something together.
Nah, that's for sure. I love it. So look, listen, y'all, guess what? I want to explain something to y'all real special that's happening. As you know, this is Intentional Connections, the podcast, and you may have seen us through our reels and our social media posts and our pictures on our website. You may even know us a little bit, right? My name is Damon. That's Kelly.
Hey.
Guess what? We are going to be giving you guys what you wanted. We know it's what you want. We're going to put our face in the camera. Guess what? Even more, we're going to give you an opportunity to chill with us in person. Dun, dun, dun. If y'all didn't know, Intentional Connections we're not just a podcast, right? We want to engage with y'all. We want to talk to y'all. We want to see you. We want to kick it with you, right? So we got a lot of things upcoming in the future, one of which being the next episode, guys. For the first time ever in Intentional Connections, the podcast history, we're going to be doing a video podcast.
So excited about this. Super nervous because it's the first time that we've ever done anything like this. So, give us grace and be patient with us as we work that thing out. But that is what's coming to you next week.
And it might even be a little surprises with that video podcast. So y'all going to want to tune in, I promise. YouTube, socials, all of the things.
And during that episode, we will be talking about, do you know your spouse better than they do?
Yikes. You'd be surprised.
Again, we're not trying to ruffle feathers. We just bringing up topics that we talk about between the two of us. Thank you so much for listening to us this week. I hope that you took our conversation about marriage maintenance to heart, and you are actually going to dip in with us this week and really intentionally connect with your partner. Check us out every Thursday on all podcast streaming platforms at Together on Purpose.
And make sure you check out that website at www.togetheronpurpose.com. You know it. That's the number 2, GetHerOnPurpose.com.
And be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Together on Purpose. Don't forget, audio is available on YouTube.
Oh, guess what?
What?
And video will be available on YouTube next week.
Yes.
Also, share your thoughts with us via DM or email us at thecoopers@togetheronpurpose.com.
Again, thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a good week. And remember, stay together on purpose. Later.
All love.